Hey everyone, welcome back to Saturday Morning Toytoons. After taking a week off, I am rested, refreshed, and eager to jump back into this Saturday morning goodness. How's everybody doing out there today? I am Terry Smith, as always, the host of Saturday Morning Toytoons, where we all gather around the modern day campfires of our YouTube screens, iPhone screens, our computer monitors, whatever, TV screens. Is anybody watching this on actually a big TV? What is that like? What do I look like that big? Never done that. I should just go ahead and replay one of these streams and just see. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's a terrible idea. So wow, what a day. I am recovering from a case of bronchitis, so I will surely be coughing throughout this live stream. So apologies for that. Hopefully I don't get any of it on the camera lens. You have to like stare at a glob of my phlegm. Ooh, that's just gross. Big show today. It's been a crazy couple of weeks for me. Might as well get this out of the way. The bad news first. I lost Piper last week. She went really bad on Saturday after her big day out at the park and getting her cheeseburger and everything. So Piper is no longer with us. It's just the Daddy and Dobby show now. I don't know how long that will maintain. But, because he's actually taking it harder than I am. He's a completely different dog, which is weird because Piper and Dobby never really interacted that much after Piper went blind. Piper was just like, made herself clear. She was like, I can't see what you're doing, so get the hell away from me. But Dobby was still very protective of her. This is a nice little anecdote. When we left, I had to go to an emergency clinic at 2 o'clock in the morning with her. And when we left, Dobby went with us. And when we left, Dobby stood by the door to the clinic. Wouldn't get in the car. He was like, "You're forgetting Piper. What's up?" Very sad. But she's not in pain anymore. She's not suffering anymore. She got really bad there, which is something I was trying to avoid, and I completely failed to do so. I was going to preemptively escort her across the Rainbow Bridge on Monday, but she decided she couldn't wait. So yeah, Piper's gone. So that's definitely a low note. And on a high note, I got new wheels. Yeah, I got a new car. That's exciting. So I'm now once again mobile. Here you can see. Let's just go ahead and pop that up there. There we go. Yeah. Oh, let's make it bigger. There it is. Everyone meet Stormbringer. Not Stormbreaker, Stormbringer. I actually named this sword after the ebony blade of Elric of Melniboné. The awesome anti-hero by Michael Moorcock. Used to love those books when I was really young. In fact, I've considered getting personalized plates that say Elric. Because white hair, Stormbringer. I think that would be kind of cool, right? What are you guys' takes on personalized plates? Sound off. I'm ambivalent about them. I asked my neighbor Jay about them. He said, well, they range from either really funny or really pretentious. So where would Elric fall on that? I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably just going to transfer the place that I had on the A3 over to that. So that was cool. Another thing that's cool is that I am no longer a part-time employee of Sideshow Collectibles. That's right. They brought me on full-time. So that's cool. That's cool. There was some weird stuff involved with that. But yeah, it's good to have. It's good to have benefits. It's good to not rely on my ex-wife's benefits anymore. That's really a big feather in my cap, so to speak. I'm really happy about that. So, yeah, really happy to be part of the team. There's some really cool stuff they've got planned. They're going to be sending me even more stuff for first looks. So that studio back there is going to be constantly churning at all times. I shot more first look videos this week than I ever have in a single week. It's amazing what I can do when I have a full 40 hours a week to work with instead of 28 or so, however many. But yeah, that's fun. So today's show is going to feature this asshole. Yeah. It's an empty box. I already opened it. Yeah, it's so I'm going to be posing up the KX Enforcer Droid by Hot Toys. I finally caved and got it because I had this great idea of doing something with this guy, the Deathwatch Mandalorian. Let's go ahead and clear that off. The Deathwatch Mandalorian, 6-scale figure by Hot Toys, which is a favorite. It's like Axe Woves Light. It's legitimately the same as Axe Woves from head to toe. So that's with, you know, different paint apps, obviously, but still. So that's gonna be this is gonna be a lot of fun if it will perform the way that I think it will perform, and if the Mando will actually do the things that I need him to do, which is probably gonna be the hardest part of it, then this is gonna be a really cool display. Not sure if it'll fit in a DTOF. Not sure if it'll fit in a DTOF. So I may try different variations of what I have in mind. But it's going to be super dynamic if it works. And it's going to look really, really cool. And it's going to be a very awesome nod to the Night of 1,000 Tears, which I love the idea of the Night of 1,000 Tears. We've not seen it fully fleshed out. All we've seen is like hints. The TIE bombers flying into, I can't remember the name of the city. I can't remember the name of the city on Mandalore. But the TIE bombers nuking that city on Mandalore. We've seen the KX Enforcer droids, very Terminator-esque, walking across the landscape of Mandalore, shooting everything in their path. But that's it, just a little taste, which leaves it wide open to explore for people like us, people who actually have 6-scale figures of these characters, to explore it photographically or in a display or whatever we see fit to do. And that's the other question when this is done, is am I going to do a really cool photograph of it? Probably, because as we've discussed, I have an upcoming gallery show. I have officially received an invitation from Webster University, my alma mater, to host a gallery exhibit at their really sweet brand new art gallery, photography gallery on campus in the fall of 2025. That's right. They schedule out pretty far. They make sure they have plenty of time to do everything and do everything right. It's going to be really cool. They're even going to, they do everything for me. All I have to do is give them the files. They'll print them out, they'll frame them, they'll hang them, and all I have to do is show up and talk about it at the opening. And yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm pretty sure I brought that up 2 weeks ago during the live stream. If not, it's news to you. And if it isn't the first time I brought it up, then, well, reminders don't hurt. Good coffee today. Everybody cool with disco? I decided to go with disco today. Again, disco and robots just seems like it goes together for me. I don't know why. It's very, very strange. Anyway, so before we get moving though, yeah, really quick, I just want to throw out there that For All Mankind is back on Apple TV Plus. An all-new season of For All Mankind just started this week. Very, very, very strong opening episode. And as usual, cliffhanger ending. They really do know how to bring the suspense. Hang on a second. Oh, well, they're cleaner than I thought. So it's not the glasses, it's just my eyes. I want to give a shout out to my friend Darren Carnell, who is a great painter of 6-scale figures, of 6-scale portraits. He is enduring some medical issues right now. His eyes the retinas are detaching, are threatening to detach. He's got to go through some procedure to make sure that happens. So keep Darren in your thoughts, because he is one of the finest shining examples of 6-scale enthusiasts out there, and his work is legendary. I believe that the factories in China actually use his painting videos to teach their painters how to paint. So yeah, he's kind of a big deal. And the idea of him losing his eyesight is repugnant to me. So hopefully everybody's doing everything that they can for him. They've got great health care over there in England, I believe. So far, yeah. But yeah, keep Darren in your thoughts. Anyway, moving right along, I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chats before I get moving on this posing. And before I lose my voice, because that will probably happen. Keith Lee was first out of the gate. Of course he is. Hey, Keith, how's it going? Keith's wife, Allie, reached out to me about Piper the other day, and I really appreciate that. Tell her, yeah, thanks. Means a lot. I think it means a lot. You guys have been great throughout this whole transition between cars, and true friends are very, very hard to find these days. And to have made such great friends through this, through the sideshow stuff and everything like that, has been... I just love it. I just love it so much. Bitter Troll! How's it going there, Bitter Troll? We talked a little bit about right here. Yeah. He showed off some poses that he did of Axe Woes in flight. Really solid poses. Some cool camera angles on some of those shots. And yeah, if you said that was your first time doing such a thing, all right. I guess there is some innate talent to be had. Steve Nahra is here. Are you at work? I'm guessing you're at work. just really sucks. But at least you're able to do something. Pierre P from the sunny state of Florida is here. How's it going, dude? Need to get down there. How close are you to Orlando? I need to get down there and actually do a day or two at Galaxy's Edge at some point in the near future. But anyway, moving right along. Liza Sella is here. So my fellow, yeah, you recently had an accident, right? Was that you or was that Laura? Why do I always confuse Liza and Laura? I think it was Laura, but maybe it was Liza. One of you guys had an accident, and it really sucks. I'm very, very sorry, and I'm also sorry that I can't remember which one. No, you are at work. That's so lame. Did I make it to the bakery? Are you talking to me? I almost went. I have not had breakfast yet. You know what I do have? You know what these are? These are peppers, my friends. Freshly harvested by my friend Eric. Up at the top, you can see the little yellow guys. Those are Scotch bonnets. And these are habaneros. Which I believe they rank somewhere between 100,000 and 300,000 Scoville units. But these little assholes on the bottom, those are... I can't remember. I totally can't remember. Hang on. Jesus, ghost peppers. They're ghost peppers. And these will light your ass on fire, somewhat literally. Yeah, so, hold on, I've lost my screen. Let me get it back here. Yeah, these will light your ass on fire. So I've determined that if we get 100 likes on this video before we end, I will eat one of these ghost peppers. Right here. There you go. Call all your friends. I'm insane. I can't believe I just said that. So it was Liza that didn't get to go to the bakery. Got it. Sweets and Geeks? Okay. Luis is here. Good to see you, Luis. Never as a collective fan. That's a new phrase. That's going to be a t-shirt. Collective fan been so enthusiastic about running into his fellow collectors on a live stream. And so consistently. I love that. Rob Perisho is here. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. See you. Commander Green, of course, is here. One of my favorite Instagram channels. I was just on your channel. So that wasn't a cheese grater, eh? Okay. Kind of looked like a cheese grater. You gotta admit. You can see it, right? If you can't see it, just pretend you can. And just to humor an old man. Chris Gaz is here. What's going on, Chris? This Terry LOL reminds me. I have several... I'm gonna add some new emojis. I think I've got enough space now. I think we got enough members of the Poser Elite that we can have more emojis. Oh yeah, Jen Edwards is here. Hello, Jen. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, it's rough. Get it? Oh, Veterans Day stuff. Yeah, that's fun. There's actually a lot of good imagery to be found in Veterans Day celebrations, as I recall from my days photographing such things. TK421 is here, one of my favorite YouTube channels. Definitely coffee up. Yeah, poor Dobby, dude. He's suffering. He's so freaking bored. He's so freaking lonely. I did get that Audi. Here, let's bring it up again. Yeah. Is this it? There we go. There we go. That's Stormbringer. Nice lens flare. For once, I didn't actually add that lens flare in Photoshop. That's a legit lens flare in an iPhone 14. 14? Yeah, 14 Pro Max camera. Yeah. Darth Batman 81 is here. Oh, I'm just now catching up with... Wow, we've got a lot of people in the chat, so there's a lot of commenting going on. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, dude. Got a good deal on it, only 60,000 miles. It's a 2016. Very clean. Runs great. It's got all the refinements. It is the premium plus package. Total S-Line package as well. It's Quattro. Obviously, it says right there on the car, so it's all-wheel drive, which is a step up. It's got the 2.0 liter turbo engine in it, which I'm surprised to find, and I'm guessing that this is a power to weight ratio issue, but my previous Audi had the 1.8 turbo, 1.8T engine in it, and it had a lot more pep. You definitely felt the kick, the power in that car a lot more than I do in this one. I test drove a lot of this exact car in model years ranging from 2011 all the way up to 2018. And that seems to be consistent. I think the 2018 that I test drove might have had a little bit more zip to it. But, you know, I don't need to go fast. Look what going fast did to the person that hit me. Did for the person that hit me. Anyway, so back away from that. Do you guys have personalized plates? I never even noticed. So maybe that says it all. Maybe no one actually pays attention. I don't know. That's really cool. That's really cool, Batman. That's cool. See, it's just like you're showing off your fandom, basically. You're just advertising. You do something like that, and you're like, I'm a geek for this. You know, I don't like it. I don't like the ones that that are kind of crass. Any license plates that would, personalized plates that could be labeled as crass, or just kind of puffing yourself up, trying to make yourself look badass or something like that. I can't get on board with that. I just think it's kind of cheesy and immature. Thank you, TK421, for congratulating me on the Sideshow news. It's actually very exciting. Yeah. And there's even going to be some new stuff that I'm doing, so I won't be doing... it won't be like I'm just like the first look guy, although I'll be doing a lot of those, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Not standing out in the crowd. I mean, let's just say that I do something that that creates road rage in some lunatic out there on the road. That plate is going to make me easy to remember. And if he sees that plate in the parking lot of, say, a grocery store or an amphitheater or something like that, that might lead him to some retaliatory measures, such as... sorry for the cough, guys. Maybe this was a little bit premature, but I'm going to keep rolling with it. But maybe I might get my car keyed. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe somebody out there doesn't like Elric. Maybe somebody out there has a thing for people who celebrates anti-heroes. Is Elric an anti-hero? He was actually just not a good guy. Yeah, definitely loving some droids, dude. Thank you, Luis. The positive energy is all around. I mean, Piper's loss notwithstanding, I'm in a really good place. Compared to where I was, say, last year at this time. Yeah, I'm in a really good place, all things considered. And one of the things, and I don't think people talk about this a lot, but I've experienced this not just with pets, but with humans. When, after a long illness, where you're forced into the role of caregiver, when death finally comes, you can't help this, it just happens, but there is, to some extent, a bit of a sense of relief. And it can really bring on the guilt. It can. And I don't think I'm not experiencing that, but one thing that I'm finding that Piper's loss has shown me is just how much time and effort I was putting into caring for her, and how the pace of my work was suffering because I had to constantly be checking on her and cleaning up after she made a mess and taking her outside every hour at least, because at the end her bladder control was just so non-existent. But yeah, it's a weird place to be. It really is. It's a weird place to be. So it's not really relief, but I have to acknowledge that things around here are going much smoother, and that's natural. I don't think that it's evil to acknowledge that. I don't celebrate it. I had no problems with taking care of her. I love her. I loved her that much that I was just like, yeah, you go ahead and pee there. That's fine. I'll get that. I'll clear that up. Yeah. and then we'll go cuddle. Yeah. But I'm sure others of you out there have experienced that, and it sucks. But that is the way life is, man. It's just a fucked up fairy tale. Rune Samuelson is here. You legitimately have one of the... I don't even know if that's your real name, but if it is, props to your family, dude. Props to your family. And if it's not, you should make it your real name. It's just so freaking metal. Like, you ought to be fronting Amon Amarth or something, you know? Yeah. Thanks, dude. Yeah, don't say that. That might freak them out. I don't think they like the whole notion of somebody being the face of Sideshow. It's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, 9:21. I might get started on it early, depending on how quickly I get down to the bottom here. And it looks like I'm getting close. Yeah, full time with Sideshow now. Benefits, life insurance, 401k. Yes. You really do. Apple TV Plus is the poop, dude. Seriously, I'm in a place now where I need to be cutting back on certain things. And one of the things I'm going to be cutting back on is streaming services. I've already given Hulu the axe. But if I had to go down to just two streaming services, obviously Disney Plus, because of Star Wars and Marvel, I absolutely have to have. But my second, very, very close second pick is Apple TV Plus, because to this day, I almost said that I've not seen one thing on Apple TV Plus that disappointed me. That changed this week. There was a movie that I watched on Apple TV Plus. I'm going to struggle to remember the name of it. Yeah, it was probably my mood. I mean, I did just put my dog to sleep, so maybe I need to rewatch it. No, if you don't enjoy something, a 2-hour film, then don't watch it twice. Oh, you already caught that. Okay. There will actually be an opening, a gallery opening at Webster. And anybody local or not local or whatever isn't obviously invited to come. I will be sharing the space with an animator whose name has not been revealed to me at this point. So it won't be all my show. It'll be 50-50, I gather. Shit. I wonder if I missed. Okay, Wednesday. Yeah, I have a meeting with the gallery director on Wednesday to discuss it. So that's exciting. More details. I'll reveal all the details next week on Saturday Morning Toytoons. Low-Key Collector is here. What's up? Speaking of Low-Key, did everybody watch Loki? You know, I was not enjoying Loki, the season 2 of Loki. I was not. And it's a perfect example of how the episodic nature, the serialized nature of releasing episodes weekly does not work for me. It doesn't. I check out during I just lose interest. I stop focusing. But after discussing it with my friend Scott, and deciding, yeah, I'm not going to go back and re-binge it, I went ahead and re-binged it. I wasn't sleeping because of the bronchitis, so I just stayed awake and just watched all the episodes of Loki leading up to the finale. And, loved it. It's so good. It makes so much more sense when you binge it. And I consider myself to be pretty sharp when it comes to keeping track of 4-dimensional storytelling, anything involving time. But for some reason, I was just missing some stuff. Lane Kramer, hello, dude. Mr. Skinny Legs. Is that really your first hot toy? You know, it's funny. I was one of the guys that sold me the car. Just ordered his first hot toy. When he found out I worked for Sideshow, he was like, "What?" And he told me that he just ordered the Darth Vader from Kenobi. Yeah. Wow, man. You guys are being prolific today. I'm having a harder time catching up than I thought I was. Breakfast peppers, that's right. Ghost peppers for breakfast. I've never had a ghost pepper raw. I've seen people do it though, and it doesn't look fun. In fact, my friend who gave me these said that he ate one while he was in his pool, and he said the neighbors had to just be like, I think Eric's dying, because he was just in so much agony that he was just yelling, dropping F-bombs. Harry Terry. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, it's totally true, man. I guarantee all the things that I say that I've forgotten when I'm talking to you guys on this stream. As soon as I sign off, as soon as I end the stream, I will remember all of them. That's interesting. Balance the heat with green apples. Solid advice. Thank you, sir. That's funny. That's funny. Saturday morning Toytoons meet up at Galaxy's Edge. I like it. I wonder how many viewers of Saturday morning Toytoons live in Florida, and how many would be willing to travel to Florida to have a Saturday morning Toytoons meetup. Something weird going on with my lighting today, and I can't figure out what it is. Like this area over here is really seems like it's darker than usual. Ooh, rad. Yeah, things like that. Really? I don't know, man. Man. Absolutely badass. Seriously. Yeah, I'm gonna ditch Netflix. For a time. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna wait for the streamable shows to, like, a bunch of stuff to be available, then I'll get Netflix and just watch nothing but Netflix for a month before canceling it again. I'll be doing that a lot. I don't know yet if I'm going to be canceling Paramount Plus, because I do love me some Star Trek, and there's a lot of Star Trek content. But I don't know, right now I think we're in a dry spell for Star Trek content. Not sure when the next show is going to drop. I know that Lower Decks season 3 or 4 just wrapped up. So I could save myself a few bucks. Boston Collectors. Amazing Spider-Mans are down. Okay. I enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Are they without flaw? No. Name me... It's hard to find a film that is without flaw. I give you Shawshank. I give you Tron Legacy. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that actually encapsulates my week, my 2 weeks. Yeah, it's full of condolences and congratulations. And yeah, that actually encapsulates life, really. Not to get deep. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, yeah, exciting. Manning con tables is hard work. John's here. Hey, everybody. Hey, John. Yeah, that's actually what triggered the purchase of the KX Enforcer droid. Legitimately, like right after coming home from taking Piper to the clinic, I ordered the KX droid. So I might be going out to Sideshow. Hey, look who's here! The notorious BDP. What's up, dude? Welcome. Oh, Jason Huat. Wait, there he is. Jason Huat is here from Kansas. You're in Kansas, right? Not Kansas City, Missouri, but actually across the border in the state of Kansas. Yeah. But nice. Although I don't know that I belong on anybody's celebrity wall. What was it? Brandy Woods referred to me once as low-key famous. Not low-key famous. Low-key famous. And then somebody from my hometown once referred to me as the third most famous person from my hometown. I want to say it was right behind. I came in third behind Matt Hughes, the former UFC champion, Matt Hughes, and Brian Graydon, who's one of the original people at MTV who actually founded The Real World and is now out on his own doing great things. Excuse me. So that's solid company. I'll take it. There's got to be somebody from my hometown way more famous than me, apart from those two, obviously. But it's like there's a big leap from Matt Hughes and the MTV executive, and then me. I'm all the way down here, and that's like the next level. Yeah. Yeah. I actually need to rewatch the finale because there might have been pumpkin ale while I was watching it. There was a lot going on in that finale, but I need to watch it. Yggdrasil. To say no more. Yeah, Bad Wolf Media once again came through for me with another concert ticket. As we all know, Bad Wolf Media is one of the coolest concert photographers that I know personally, if not the coolest concert photographer that I know personally. I know a couple. I don't like to play favorites, but Bad Wolf Media makes it hard not to. But came through and got me a ticket for Metallica last Friday night, which just torched my voice. Torched my voice, man. Especially, I mean, right from the beginning, I knew I was in trouble because they opened with Creeping Death, which is my favorite opener for Metallica, because any chance that I have to just chant, die, 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 motherfucker, die, I'll take it. And so far, the only people out there that are offering that opportunity are Metallica. But dang, it was a great show. They played, I got to hear Creeping Death, and I got to hear Master of Puppets. All in all, that's a really good day. That's a really good day. I would like to have heard Blackened. Blackened would have been good. I would like to have heard Enter Sandman. That would have been fun. But those of you who went on Sunday night from St. Louis, you got to see that, and that's really, really cool. That's a good question, Boston Collectors. It is not. And not because it's not cool. It's actually one of the finest figures, portraits, especially portrait-wise, that I've had in my hands for a long time. I liked it a lot. I caught a lot of heat. The video caught a lot of heat. It's hard to make light-up sabers show up on a white backdrop like that. And you know, the lightsabers are just not really known for being that overly bright. That didn't change because of the addition of USB power. It's about the same. So sorry for those who out there who vocally, vociferously complained that I did not show the light up features on the lightsaber. You got to see it on the chest. You got to see me plug it in. I mean, I don't know. In my defense, I was really rocking a 100-degree fever at the time that I made that video. But it's a great figure. Very elegant. I've seen photos of it standing next to Darth Vader, and it looks amazing that way. I've often thought that I don't know if Hot Toys is going to release the other two Inquisitors, but if they do, a display with the Grand Inquisitor, Reva, and the other two Inquisitors flanking Darth Vader would be first rate. Really, really, there would be so much presence, because those Inquisitor armors, the design on them is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Really a fan of the look of them. But my focus is on other things. The only Kenobi figure I'll be getting is the Vader figure. Apologies. Yeah, that was a good sandwich. That was a good sandwich. Anyway, that's why I didn't do a show last week, because I knew that I had to do first look videos and I needed my voice to come back. Of course, I was trapped on a shuttle bus with a bunch of other people, and one of them must have gotten me sick. So one way or the other, I was gonna suffer. Yeah, it's and I talked to Keith Lee about this privately, but it's trying to balance the contrast between the chest light, the lightsaber blades, having that white backdrop with the white head, trying to keep that white head separate from the white backdrop. Only photographers will understand this, but that is a challenge. That's a challenge, and I'm perfectly happy with how that video looked from start to finish. Yeah. And I have to say, and I will say this till the day that I die. When you're looking at a video that's highlighting a figure, and the only comment you can think to make is the one negative thing that you found in that video, I worry about you. I worry about you. Seriously. Laura Quiles brings up a very, very, very fine point. And how many people actually use the light up features? I mean, I think that with the USB technology, it'll be used a lot more. I think I will use it a lot more with USB technology. I've got Miles Morales 2020 suit in there right now in the studio on a shelf. Yeah, that way. In the studio on a shelf, sitting on the Yaiba Kusanagi bike from my friends at Pure Arts. Yeah, at Pure Arts. And on all the time. All the time. It's been running for like a month and a half now. And it looks great. So yeah, with the advent of USB technology in Hot Toys figures, I will probably be using it more frequently with my figures. Power management is going to be a thing. Cable management is going to be a thing. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. And the black outfit. Yeah, of course, the black outfit. Throwing that in with the white head and the black outfit, the really bright chest light, the not as bright lightsabers. And again, the lightsaber blades are consistent with how they've always been. Nothing's changed there. It's not like it's a dim lightsaber blade. This is just how it's always looked. So. USB just replace the buttons on batteries to go around the issues with Australia. That's exactly it. Yeah. And I know that there are options out there, aftermarket options out there, that I'm probably skirting way too close to talking about something that I shouldn't. But the fact is, I mean, I've seen them, and while they look great lit up, there are aspects of them that I don't find agreeable when they're not lit up. And I would much rather, considering how little I actually use the light up features on any of my figures, I would much rather have it look good when it's not lit up than, well, than the alternative. I get it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I guess I never really set my expectations all that high. And of course, my expectations are always tempered by the knowledge that I don't know as much as the people who actually make these things. And I think that's really key. There's no room for Dunning-Kruger here when you're setting expectations for things like that. As long as I've been collecting 6-scale figures, and even for as long as I was involved with the creation of them, I don't pretend to know everything that goes into making a decision. But I can guess. And while I think that there are ways that you can make lightsabers brighter, we're going to pay through the nose for it. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. And I don't know that it's all that sturdy either. So, so yeah, I think we should be grateful to have the setup that we have, because it does make the figures, does keep the figures affordable. And it's also quite sturdy for the most part. Dude, great. I mean, great. There's a little box. I've already shipped it back, or I'd show you. But there's a little box that has 2 different clamps. There's a clamp that will allow it to hook to the back of the belt, but also a clamp that will allow it to hook to the back of the stand, to the support. And there are 2 little plugs where you can plug in the cables one leading from the lightsaber and one that plugs into his back to light up the chest light. And then there's a switch that goes both ways. You can power it on either up or down, Nothing changes. There's not like a pulse feature or anything like that. Or is there? I don't think so. Anyway, but yeah, it's a very sweet setup. I mean, I don't know how you could do it any better and do it affordably. So, kudos to Hot Toys yet again. They walk that line. They find that balance. And there's that. Another silver lining. All right, where are we at? 940? Who wants to see me pose a figure? Actually, scratch that. Who wants to see me pose 2 figures? Oh, God, man. You know, when I woke up this morning, I thought I'd already beat the bronchitis, but apparently not. I need more stickers. Send me stickers, people. All right, let's put this over here. And let's get our... All right. Don't push your luck, mister. Right? Dude, feel free to contribute. I mean, this is... Ladies and gentlemen, JP Mavinga. Longtime friend of mine. We met while we both worked at Sideshow. Fantastic designer of collectible figures, collectible statues. Has done great work for McFarlane Toys. Has done great work for Sideshow. Has done some great work for Tweeterhead. Who else have you done work for? But yeah, feel free to sound off on your thoughts on lightsaber light up features, because I'm sure you've had to deal with that as well. How many likes are we at? We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh, he's very tall. All right, let's back off. We're going wide. All right. He's leaning into the wind. Okay. Now, I got this out and played with it a little bit last night. And the joints, I had the K2SO figure for a while, and my personal copy of that figure had some loose joints on it. This one has gone the other direction. These joints are super tight. There we go. So you may have to see me do a lot of that, what I just did. And another thing about my previous K2 figure was the ratcheted joints in the ankles were not properly aligned. So he would always be leaning a little bit forward or a little bit back. Whereas this one is perfect. Yeah. No sweat, no problems. Can stand on his own. But we're not going to make him stand on his own because safety first. Okay, we've seen this base before. In fact, I think I've got this base up there with or something similar with Thanos. No. But I've got this base somewhere else. I know I do. Aw. Acrylic. That's a pity. But I wonder if I can switch. Probably not. Okay, so this is going to create a challenge. But I will rise to it. As best I can. Oh, am I going to need to loosen this? Yes, I am. Anybody who walks into this place, I'm sure that I mentioned it here before, but this room that I'm in right now is meant to be a dining room. It's not. It's a combination office, workshop, and live stream studio. I make no apologies for that. But when people walk in here, I think they're a little, some people have been a little bit taken aback, like, ugh. Whatever, dude, it's not yours. All right. That's good. That's good. I see what you did there. All right, so here we go. We are. My thought is, this is what I want. This is the story that I'm trying to tell. The comic book panel that I'm trying to create, if you want to put it that way. In my mind, this KX Enforcer droid with his EE-33 blaster rifle has just been trudging through the glassed surface of Mandalore, laying waste to whatever Mandalorians he can find. And this guy, this Deathwatch Mandalorian, has jetpack flying right at him, blasting away. Didn't take him out because these things are harder than a coffin nail. And as he goes by, the KX Enforcer droid reaches out with this hand and just snatches him out of the sky by the throat. So, I've got to be thinking, I'm totally going to do this in a way that's not... What's the word I'm looking for here? If this were a human doing something like this, they would overbalance and they would topple. But my thought is that because this guy is so beefy and so strong, that he can do this in the way that I'm going to be having him do it. So I'm just going to get this up. Crank that this way. This shoulder joint. Let's slide this out of the way here. God, I'm just not in a good spot. I can just stand. Fuck it. So this guy, this pauldron actually lifts out of the way. So you can do some crazy, crazy ass stuff. So this arm is going to be back. Like this. That's great that this is independent. This rotates independently of the arm so that you can keep it in a really desirable, attractive place like that. Now, this will not hold the figure aloft. So I'm still going to have to implement the action stand on this figure. But I want everything else to be... just so. And I want this back here. Alright. Let's try to get this gun in his hand. The articulated digits make it challenging, to say the least. Because they never really... Let's go ahead and get him on the stand just for stability. Raise your hand if you've been that guy who's dropped his figure, his brand new figure, and broken it. I just did that yesterday. Happily, it wasn't my figure. I actually didn't witness it break. I didn't see the evidence of it until afterwards. But yeah, you gotta be careful. So this, all right. So I'm gonna have him stepping off the base. Apparently the last thing I have to add is going to be the gun. Fair enough. I'm going to turn that thing as much as I can. And I kind of want him... See, that's the thing about these acrylic stands. See how that leans? That doesn't inspire a lot of comfort. So I'm going to lift this leg up a little bit more, bring it back, lower him, and maybe, yeah, that helps considerably. Okay. Yeah. So let's spin this. I probably should have brought in the turntable, right? So there's your start. Oh, he almost knocked off That's your start right there. So this is the part where I have to bring in this guy and try to figure out if it's going to even be possible to do this. Now, I didn't go downstairs and get the extra hands, so eventually I'm going to have to grab a relaxed Deathwatch Mando hand. So, I'm going to take this... Let's move him out of the way. There we go. Wow, I'd forgotten just how loosely this gun fits in the Deathwatch Mando's hand. There we go. Okay, this is what's going to make it challenging, is that helmet. Get that down. Yeah, the magnet on this thing is twitchy. So that's another finishing touch that I'll have to put on it later. Let's twist him this way. Yeah, there we go. And then crunch it. There we go. Okay, so the twist is happening this way, so let's turn that head a little bit more that way. All right. Now, I've got a rough pose going. So now the question is, how do I make this work on the stand in such a way that it supports him for the KX droid to be holding him? And how do I do it in a way that actually allows it to fit in the DTOF? That's really the challenge. So let's take this away. Bend that down. Oh, I'm gonna have to tighten that. That's gonna flop. All right. Good, good, good. I'm going to be tweaking something in there. I may have to actually just take the helmet off, get the hand in there, and then put the helmet back on. Yeah. Yeah, that might be something I have to do. Will this even come off without breaking? Yeah. Oh god, the whole fucking neck came out. What that does, though, actually that works. See how I can do that? I can actually raise that with that neck undone. That creates the space that I may need. Oh, can I get it to go back on? Yeah, it's back on. Okay, good. Boy, this is going to take some work, dudes. Whoa! Not tight enough. Look at that. My hair's all caught up in the rangefinder. That was lucky. Let's take that down a little bit more. Bring that back. There was a balance issue created because I had the support too far back, and he's a bit top heavy. So let's lock that tight. Not so tight that it strips. All right. Might be too high. I'm gonna have to do this backwards. Actually, I am gonna go in and get that turntable because that will make things so much easier. Be right back. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. That's nice and sturdy now that I've tightened that up. Okay. Create plenty of room. Dude, seriously. I believe TK421 has broken a rangefinder in the past. Am I right, TK? I have not broken a 6-scale rangefinder, but I have broken a quarter-scale one. Oh boy. So close. So close. Just don't know. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Off with his head. Oh, that's right. There's also another... Yeah, there's also another Mandalorian helmet that you can just throw down there at the base. Sorry. Okay, so what I'm running into now is an issue with the base itself. So I think I need to rebend this thing, straighten it up, straighten it back out, and bend it this way. Or the other way. There we go. Rotate, bend, bend, rotate, bend, bend, rotate, bend. It's a constant process. Never ending, if you will. Ah, yeah, that's gonna do it. He's totally flipping you guys off right now. That was unintentional, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it undesirable. All right, let's raise this arm up a bit, rotate it back down just to get the angle we need on it. And that's gonna put his hand right on the throat. Good. Okay. Oh man, okay. All right, this is gonna be tricky. I think I'm gonna have to do it without the blast effects, but that tracks. Boom. Huh. It's not perfect, dudes, but I'm going the wrong way. Needs a lot of work on this guy. I mean, it shouldn't be. He needs to be like doubled over. But it doesn't want the figure, because of the armored elements and whatnot, it doesn't want to do the whole crunch to the extent that I would like. But I think it looks pretty good. Oh, one final element. Speaking of light up features, that's why I opened it up last night. I wanted to I wanted to add the oh yeah, the gun, which fell to the ground and then I lost track of it. Shit. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh God, no, not the Wilhelm scream. Anything but the Wilhelm scream. I have to say, I'm probably the most vocal supporter of the notion of forever removing the Wilhelm scream from everything. It's just, for me, it's too distracting. Sorry. Okay, that is going to need some support in the form of some glue. Let's take this down. Boom. And that's it. Do we need a... hang on. There we go. Now we can see it. Yeah, that Mandalorian needs some work. I think it can be done better, but not on this show. But that's exactly what I was wanting to get. That's exactly what I wanted to do, with the exception of the lack of a range of motion on the Mandalorian's torso. It just looks like a starter pose right there, but that needs so that does need a lot of work. Might even need some surgery. I don't know. But there we go. Yeah, that's how it's going to be displayed. Again, it will not go into DTOF this way. There's just no way. I need a tape measure. You know, it's funny. I went out of my way recently to just redo the whole studio back there, organize it. This little plastic head wrap for the K2 droid, or the KX droid, fell into my coffee. organized my, went through all the effort to organize my studio so that I could find stuff better. And legitimately, all the things that I had trouble finding, I'm still having trouble finding. So I guess it wasn't the studio, it's just me. Anyway, that's it. God, what would I do differently here? I would really love to have this head like that. But it's going to be hard to do when it's not, you can't get the, the neck's already looking elongated. Yeah, that's going to take a lot of work. And because of the precarious nature of the setup that I have here, I'm not comfortable enough doing it in this situation. I'm afraid that it would fall and or break. But I think I've accomplished what I wanted to do today, which is basically prove to myself that it could be done and show everybody here just a fresh take on on how to display these two figures. Because what I had before was I had him up there with the heavy infantry Mandalorian, aka Paz Vizsla, and the armorer. and it wasn't working for me. For one thing, I really want Heavy and the armorer to be displayed with Din Djarin and Grogu in my bedroom. So I'm going to transfer those in there. Oh, dude, this is the finest praise I can get. Thank you, JP. Thanks. It does need a lot of work, though. I'm aware that it needs some tweaking. So before it goes to its forever home, yeah, I'm going to be doing a fair bit with. Although it's not too bad now. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, yeah, it looks kind of basic from above, slightly above where the camera's set up. But from where I'm at now, so if I put it on a high shelf, yeah, if I put it on a high shelf, it looks freaking awesome. And I think, yeah, I've got the room. You know, the shelf is deep enough that it could hold it at this angle, and this is definitely where it's looking its best. So from your perspective, it'd be like this. Yeah. I'm fine with it. Am I totally out of music? Did my music quit? I guess, let's see. Oh yeah, I guess okay, there's only 1 hour and 8 minutes of music on that soundtrack. So let's go ahead and go back to just basic. Yeah, all right. That's it. Okay, so I would add some neck-breaking sound effects. You would, you freak. Do it in the studio? Yeah, I think so. I think there needs to be. I've got some great black lava rocks and some great black gritty sand. Just put it in there with a black backdrop and just black it all out and like just get a whole lot of really great rim lighting going on these guys. Add some fire gels. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Great Purge. The Great Purge and the Night of 1,000 Tears are the same thing, right? Pretty sure. Anyway, so that's it. And what time is it? 10:09? You know, if you guys don't mind, I'm probably going to call it quits early today. Not right now. But yeah, I'm going to call it quits a little bit early today. Because my voice is going. Oh, you know what? Here's a happy accident. Look at that. His pistol is falling out of the holster. Yeah. That was not intentional, but it's right? Yeah, it kind of works. I even like the way I was this is kind of unintentional, but he's kind of leaning a little bit further than I'd intended this way, but that works because he's also just like manhandling this freaking fully armored Mandalorian who he just snatched out of the sky coming this way. I think it works. Blood spray in the background, dude. All right, that's going a little overboard. Yeah, but I've got plans. The difficulty is going to be, for the photo, the difficulty is going to be removing this. So I might just have to use some fishing line and rig it up and just like suspend him with some fishing line, which is something I haven't done in years. It's a pain in the ass. Well, droids aren't typically known for that, I guess, especially in Star Wars. But that's the beauty of doing what we do, is you can just take it to the next level. Oh, hey, JP, you still there? Want to see my car? There it is. I think now I want to take it for a ride. Just checking this. Oh, that's cool. I'm new to StreamYard, so I'm just kind of experimenting with stuff. Oh yeah, you can. All right, that's really great. I love this. Anyway, back to that. Possibly, and I don't know what time you chimed in, but my alma mater, Webster University, has invited me to do a gallery show of my toy photography at a sweet new multi-million-dollar photo gallery that they have on campus. So yeah, that's coming. Yeah, it's an A4 Quattro 2.0T, 2016, low miles, 60,000 miles on it. It's great. It's pretty clean. It's got a lot of rock chips. From what I gather from the Carfax report, it was a Southern Illinois car. So yeah, they probably got stuck behind a lot of gravel trucks or something. Yeah. Yeah, I keep wanting to get a sweet photo of it, but I'm waiting for a passing rainstorm. I mean, I just legitimately want to like... I legitimately want to just have like that wet nighttime wet pavement, bunch of different colored city lights going on in the background just to give it some atmosphere. Maybe on the top floor of a parking lot with the cityscape of St. Louis in the background. I don't know. I have to go exploring. Anyway, so what's going on for next week? Next week will feature... I guess I could do it this week, but no, let's keep these. We're ending on a strong note here. Next week we'll feature the Mandalorian and Grogu 6-scale figure set, deluxe 6-scale figure set, and the swoop bike, which I picked up 3 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah, that's a challenge, right? Okay, fine. God. No one's ever satisfied Dino. Is it Dino or Dino? I actually don't know. Where are the jet blast effects? Thought maybe they were hiding with the ghost peppers, but yeah, I don't know what happened to the jet blast effects. That's convenient, right? Okay. Oh, there they are. Thought I was gonna get off scot-free, but no. Yeah, there was a problem, Dino. There went the gun again. There was a problem with the colliding with the dynamic action stand, but I think I've got it in a place where I can pull it off. Keith Lee, set you up. Oh my God, the hammer pulled you off. Yeah, see, it's colliding with that stand there. And this is why I wanted to quit while I was ahead. But I can't turn down a challenge, apparently. So ideally, yeah, I would have this I will finagle a way to make this work when it finally goes on display. And you can all see it in the much promised, but so far as yet unrealized, collection tour video, which I keep putting off, not because I'm lazy and irresponsible, I swear, but because I keep thinking of ways to make it better. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. Just wanted to make sure the gun was out of harm's way. So that's where I'm leaving it. That's it. That's as done as it's going to get. So, yeah, there you go, Dino. I agree. I completely agree that it should have the jet blast effects on it. When I pre-visualized it in my head, they were going to be on. But nothing can be easy, right? Paul never stood it. Always under the apple box. Always. Everything is under the apple box. Jerk. All right, without further ado, I can hear my my voice going. I can feel it going. So I think it's time for me to end it. I do have some Sideshow stuff to do today. I've got to color correct a video. And a little bit of both. Probably. Historically, I would have just gone with all practical, but as I get older, I'm incorporating more digital stuff with the stuff that I do. And I'd like to experiment with that. I like learning new things. I'm finding out. So I'm not the troglodyte. I'm not the there's a word I'm looking for and it's failing me utterly. Not misanthrope. What's the word for? It's right on the tip of my tongue. What is the word for somebody who fears technology and doesn't want to engage with it? No? Nobody's got it? Okay. Following week, I picked up on Sideshow's amazing 30% off deals and using some, I got a Dark Trooper. Finally got a Dark Trooper. And I also bought some Luddite. That's the word. Thank you, JP. TK tried something different. That was good. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Laura. Yeah, Luddite. That's the word I was looking for. But, yeah, moving on. I think the following week, assuming nothing else new comes in, which I have no reason to believe anything else new will come in. You could fuck right off with that. That's great. So, yeah, next week, Mando, Swoop Bike. Week after that, I'm going to do something with a Dark Trooper. Not sure what yet. The Rock'em Sock'em Robots phase continues with Saturday Morning Toytoons. So I'm kind of digging this a lot. I'm liking the robots. Who knows? Maybe I'll even break either a Battle Droid or a C-3PO out for doing something fun. I could leave the floor open for Bitter Troll to make suggestions. Oh, well, that just threw that right out the window. Not if you're going to be hitting me with that grandpa shit. No, thank you. Of course you are, dude. I know. I'm not that. Yeah, I've got a sense of humor. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking this more and more. Anyway, without further ado, guys, thank you for tuning in and watching me attempt this. I've got to say, I'm very, very happy with it. I consider this a success, and it is going to be on display in the studio, just like this, more or less, with some tweaks, after I do a photo. So, you guys have a great weekend. Stay healthy. I don't recommend bronchitis. It feels terrible. And I'll see you next week. Until then, be good to your plastic.